Hey guys, so today we're going to talk a little bit more about nouns, but I want to specifically talk about how we make nouns possessive, okay? Now, what I usually notice y'all doing is confusing possessive nouns and plural nouns. So plural means that I have more than one of something, okay? So instead of having one pencil, I have, two pencils, okay? So in general, when we want to make a noun plural or show that there is more than one, we add an S to it. So book would go to books, bird to birds, chair to chairs, dictionary to dictionaries, bus to buses, dish to dishes. All right, so I want you to take a second and I want you to write the plural of each of these nouns. Okay, so like for our first one, horses, I'm going to just add an S to the end. Okay, same thing with donkeys. All right, so take a second and just make each of those plural. All right, so hopefully you put patches. Puppies, you have to change the spelling. It's a little bit of a weird one, so it should have been I-E-S. Porches, dresses, and hills. All right, but no matter how you did it, you basically added an S, okay? So you had to just add an S. All right, and that's important as we talk about possessives. So let's take a look at our possessive nouns. All right, a possessive noun shows ownership. Let's fill in that blank. Ownership or possession. So it shows me who owns or possesses something, okay? So, for example, Katie's shoe, the dog's bone, the student's idea, okay? Now, what do you notice about how we make the nouns possessive? Let's look at each of these possessive nouns here. All right, so notice we add an apostrophe, which is what we call the kind of comma floating in the air, usually an apostrophe S, okay? Now, look at these examples. Emily has a book, Emily's book. The book has a cover, book's cover. The aroma of the flower's aroma. Chris has new shoes, Chris's new shoes. All right, so again, we add an apostrophe S to each of these. So I want you to get the difference in your head. Plural, you're adding an S. Possessive, apostrophe S. So please don't make things plural by adding an apostrophe S. That is not how you do that, okay? All right, however, there's one situation where you're not going to add an apostrophe S, okay? And that's when you are making a regular plural noun possessive. So I've already added an S. So like the roar of the sirens, sirens is already plural. I've already added an S. So I don't want to add another S because you don't want to add two S's because it gets too hissy, right? It would be like sirens is, and that's just a lot. So in that situation, you just add an apostrophe, okay? The parents of my friends, friends is already plural. We've already added the S, so I just do an apostrophe, okay? Flipping it over to the back, the teachers is already plural, so I just add an apostrophe. Again, you never add two S's. Now, children, this is a special case. Children is plural, but it's one of those weird ones that English has, where the plural is something like children or people or, mice or geese instead of where we add an S. Okay, so with our weird plurals, you can still just do an apostrophe S, okay? Because it's all about whether or not you've already added an S, okay? All right, so let's look at some examples together, and I want you following along on your paper. Possessive of the following nouns. Now, 99% of the time, this is just an apostrophe S, okay? But if we've already added an S, it's going to be an apostrophe. So that's what we're looking for here. All right, so woman, apostrophe S. Mice, it's plural, but it's a weird plural, so we'll still do apostrophe S. Horses, well, I've added an S already, so I'm just going to do an apostrophe. That's supposed to be an apostrophe even though it looks weird. Girls, same thing. I've already added an S, just going to do an apostrophe. Teacher, regular singular noun, going to add an apostrophe S. Umbrella, regular singular noun, going to add an apostrophe S. All right, now, princess is the tricky one. It ends in an S, but it's not plural, so I haven't added any S's yet. So I'm still going to do apostrophe S. Again, you only have to just do the apostrophe if you already added an S to it. All right? Homes, regular apostrophe S. Students, I've already added an S to the end. It's plural, so I'm just going to put an apostrophe. Host, regular apostrophe S. Country, regular apostrophe S. Presidents, I've already added the S, so I'm just going to do an apostrophe. Okay, so we're going to do some quick practice questions. I want you to mark them on the computer and then also mark them on your paper so we can check them together. Okay, so which of the following is the correct possessive form of the underlined noun in the sentence below? You should have said that the correct answer was B, man's, apostrophe S. Okay? Regular singular noun, gonna add the apostrophe S. All right, which of the following is the correct possessive form of the underlined noun in the sentence below? The mice cheese have been stolen by the cat. Mice is plural, but it's a weird plural. We didn't add an S, so we're gonna go with C, mices, adding an apostrophe S. All right, number 3, the teenager has totaled his parents' car. All right, we're going to add just an apostrophe here because I've already made it plural. I've already added an S, so your answer should have been C. Okay, so now I want you to take a second and I want you to write down the possessive form of each of these nouns. All right, so hopefully you've had a chance to do that. So for number 1, you should have said Britain's, apostrophe S on the end. Take me a minute to write it. All right, number 2, you should have said friends, apostrophe S again. Make sure you're checking this on your paper. Again, just an apostrophe S on the end. Balloon, same thing, apostrophe S. All right, again, these are all regular singular nouns. Britain, friend, balloon, so we're just going to add an apostrophe S. All right, how surprised onlookers must have been to hear the flyers call for help. I've already added an S to this. It's already plural, so I am just going to add an apostrophe. So flyers. Apostrophe. Okay, so this next page in your packet, we're going to talk about together, but it's still talking about possessive nouns, so I just wanted to kind of bunch it all together so you have all that together in your grammar section of your binder. But for right now, we're not going to do anything with that. We're going to talk about it later, okay? All right, so do all the rest of your homework and have a good night.